It's Valley of the Beatz.
What up, what up? This is the Valley of the Beatz podcast. I'm your host, Jamaal the RX, and today we are actually missing our co-host, Miles Taylor. So in place, we got...
What's up, y'all? Fleek in the building. Surprise, motherfuckers, is me. That's right. Miles isn't here, so I'm here representing.
Appreciate it. And today's guest, I actually met at Icon Radio. I think that's the first time that we actually met.
Yeah, real shit.
And we did a beat battle, and that was pretty interesting. I'll just say that, because I never done a beat battle over online radio.
Me either. It was my first time, for sure.
So let's make a round of applause for this producer. His name is Francisco.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Francisco Inzunza. IG VIP.Francisco. You want to holler at me?
That's what's up. So, Francisco, how you doing today?
Doing great, man. It's been a beautiful day. Traffic was a little crazy, but other than that, it was quite a nice day, man.
That's good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How about you?
It's been all right. Like, I left the house super early because ASU had their open deck situation going on. They had their event going on, and I needed to come early because driving from Santan all the way here is just a crazy drive. So
that's facts.
What's the open deck? What's the open deck, man?
Open deck is at the ASU Pop Music Building, and basically students are basically allowed to come up and play wherever records they want to play in front of the public. So it's pretty dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. Did you play your record?
Yeah. Even though I'm not a student, I managed to get up there and play a couple of records.
Okay.
So yeah, and definitely the inappropriate ones. And I asked Samuel, who actually runs like the department, like, am I allowed to play this? And he's like, let me check. And he came back to me and he was like, ASU, doesn't block artistic integrity.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, cool. So yeah, I played a song called Suck My Ass.
Oh, I remember that one. It's like it was a bonus track.
Yeah. So I was going wild.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How is that track doing?
Shoot, I had to take it off because TuneCore
Oh.
is just a mess. Like, I didn't put my credit card in TuneCore, but I connected my PayPal. So they went through my PayPal to get the money. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that legal?
Yeah.
They look at the money if they want it.
Yeah.
I mess with DistroKid. I don't know if you guys use
I've definitely heard good things.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
We don't have too many options, so there's just what I got right now.
All right. Like, tell you the truth, I'm just like ready to like move to another platform, like Even, where you can actually set your prices. And you can also do that with whatchamacallit. I'm blanking out right now. But the site that everybody goes to, and they can just set the price.
Spotify?
No, the other one.
No, I'm drawing a blank as well.
It's all good. But let's get into your origin story.
Okay.
The comic book. So how did you get started? So how did you get started in music?
How did I get started in music? You know what? It all started in elementary school. It used to be just singing in the beginning. They ended up teaching us the recorder. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with that. I remember to this day, the music teacher would play the Titanic song with it, and you just have the whole class in awe. After that, because of the way the recorder is, I ended up playing the saxophone in 4th grade.
Nice.
So that was like my first official instrument. And then I loved doing that during elementary school because we played stuff from movies and all types of good shit. Let me get a little closer to the mic. And so I played that. I was always first chair. Loved music ever since. And I ended up in junior high school, I ended up doing I was still playing the saxophone.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, man, I don't like the music that we're playing. It's all this band shit. I liked all the movie stuff and like all the, like we was playing stuff like from Jurassic Park, Home Alone, the Tempest, like all types of like epic shit. I like that. And being a part of that was just epic.
Yeah.
You know, so I like that a lot. But because of all the band shit, I was like, you know, fuck this. And then I started doing industrial tech where we like build rockets,
Yeah.
take shit out of wood, got saws and all that. I love that. And then started making beats in high school. A friend of mine, he had this FL Studio thing. It was called Fruity Loops at the time, but he was playing this song. Like, yo, check out my song I made. I'm like, you made this shit? Like, you made this? He's like, yeah, with this track, me and my friend. I was like, well, what is it called again? You know, got the demo and opened that shit up. I had no idea what I was looking at.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this shit? You know? And, you know, I just closed it out. You know, I took a break, came back probably a few hours later, and still didn't know what I was looking at. Like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming that most people will go through that. But, you know, YouTube University, you learn some things, learn how the interface works, learn how to sequence stuff, you know, started using the piano roll, the playlist, all that good stuff. But a lot of learning just came from trial and error and learning from individuals on YouTube like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, so
absolutely.
big shout out
man.
to all them.
Yo, shout out to people that are persistent and just stick with it.
Yeah.
Because you put in those hours, and that's really when you start to find out that you got something or not.
Yeah.
You know, once you get past that, like, what do you call it? That brick, that wall, and you push through it.
Yeah. Glass ceiling.
That glass ceiling, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I think I got something here. I can be creative and share it. When did you finally share your art with someone? It's like, I made this.
I share my art with somebody. Huh.
What was that experience like?
How do you mean exactly?
So you call your homie into the room, like, yo, like kind of how you got showed the program. Like, did you show someone else, like, yo,
Okay.
I made this beat.
Yeah,
This to you?
yeah. Yeah, so that's actually a good question. I'm glad you asked that. So when you actually play stuff, you're kind of nervous to even show somebody anything anyway. So you're like, oh, what if it sucks? You know?
Yeah.
But you know, the more you get familiar with the program, you know, I'm a perfectionist, unfortunately, so I wasn't showing nobody shit until it was good. I'm not gonna show them no janky shit, you know. So
Yeah.
but when you finally show it to them, and they're like, "You made this shit? Like, you did that? Like, oh, that's cool." You know, so it's cool to get like recognition from your art for sure, especially when you put so much time into it. It's not like AI just put in a prompt and spits out audio. You know, you putting heart, soul, everything, dedication into it, and specifically focus.
Yeah.
Because you got to block everything out. Put the phone away because you'll be scrolling before you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Factuals, man. What is your DAW of choice? Is FL still your DAW of choice? Have you
When it comes to making instrumentals, absolutely. It's my go-to. I learned Pro Tools at the conservatory, and that's if you don't know about Pro Tools, you need to at least know how to use it.
That's the industry body,
Yeah.
industry standard, right?
You can even bounce your stems at FL Studio and make some in Pro Tools,
Yeah.
which is nice. Pro Tools has a different sound in FL Studio when you bounce it as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it.
I've heard it be described as a little bit more mechanical and quantized, and Pro Tools can give you more of a warm manual sound.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I've heard it described.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that a lot of DAWs got, you know, even though I don't use a whole bunch of DAWs, I've been hearing from other producers saying that each DAW got their own sonics to it. Like Logic sounds way different than, like, for instance, Cubase or Pro Tools.
Yeah.
So, sure.
Yeah, but as far as composing, FL Studio all the way, specifically because I like their piano roll. A lot of DAWs have shitty piano rolls. The keys don't light up. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
FL Studio is far superior when it comes to the actual composition of music.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I'm sure other people sending other stuff.
I find like using 808s in FL Studio is way easier than doing it in Ableton.
Oh, yeah.
Varies to me. But,
especially when it comes to slides.
Yeah.
What are slides for our viewers?
Oh, slides. That's when the 808 you know, 808 is just gonna be like your boom, boom, boom. With the slide, you hear that. Yeah, you'll hear it a lot more in like drill music. You'll hear the slides, you know. But it's anytime it goes from low to high, the actual. You can do that with any instrument, but it's really dope with the bass.
Yeah.
It's really dope.
So when it comes to developing your sound, who are your influences?
At the beginning, it was always Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
But the more that I learned, the more that I researched the music and the sounds that I was hearing, it was actually Scott Storch behind the scenes, you know? So big shout out to Scott Storch. He pretty much created that sound, that 2001 sound.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought it was Dre, but it was the homie with the piano playing it fucked up, like he said. I didn't play the chords normal. I played it fucked up, you know, a little strumming it, if you will, you know?
Scott Storch was definitely running stuff from like, let's say 99 to about 2005, 2006.
Facts.
Like,
yeah, he gave a lot of people their first hits, like Chris Brown. And he gave Beyonce some good hits. I think he had like Naughty Girl and another one, like and the list goes on and on. He's working with a lot of like new artists too.
Yeah.
He went through, you know, what happens with, you know, any situation if you got too much going on. And you know, I'm glad to hear that he recovered.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing now. That's even more inspiration.
Yeah.
Where you can have it all, lose it all, bounce back and have it all again, bro. Cause at the end of the day, that comes down to the mindset.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that he makes content now.
Oh, I watch it all the time.
Yeah, I watch it too. And then it also it corrects the narrative, like, because I thought Dr. Dre had made that joint too.
Right.
But then when you learn how dope he actually is with the keys and playing all those, like, oh yeah, and he'll bust out Chris Brown or that Dr. Dre 2001. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this came out of your mind. That's crazy. Yeah. So you were mentioning earlier that you have a sync. You have some sync licensing.
Oh yeah.
So how did you get those opportunities?
So when it came to that, basically I suggest everybody to do this is to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so you find individuals who have accomplished what you want to accomplish. Because if you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so when you talk to an individual, you invest in them, they invest back into you with their knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, and their expertise. And basically, you know, it all comes down to how is your music formatted. That's the most important part.
Yep. Yeah.
Is it a beat and you just copy paste? Like, people are gonna get bored with that, you know. So basically, the formula teaches like a roller coaster effect, you know, where it grasps attention right away, you know, and to keep it, you know. So that's part of that. And they got all the connections, but you have to have a proper product as well. You can't just give them shit because at the end of the day, the music supervisor is the one that chooses it.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Hold up for a minute, man. You two had a beat battle?
We did.
You two went head to head?
Yeah. We had a homie DJ Rock Flash. Shout out to him.
Yo, that is crazy.
He was the first person to taught me how to DJ Rock Flash.
Yes.
He was having shout out to you, bro. He was having he would always say on Facebook at the time, like, hey, giving out DJ lessons. I'm like, I love music. Like, that's the homie. Like, let's see what's up. So he gave me a few lessons and it was good times.
So DJ Rock Flash had like a beat producer event?
He had one before us. I think it was like what was it? Something with Nug.
I don't remember. This was like,
and another dude, and they was going at it like crazy too.
Yeah.
It was the second edition to that, if I'm not mistaken.
So who won?
It was a coin toss.
It was a coin toss?
There was no like, oh, you won.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, you know, we were just there at the end of the day, like doing what we love to do.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. So I already know you a bad boy because Jamaal is a bad man himself. So I'm excited to listen to what you do. That's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if Rock is listening, we definitely need to get you on the show because you was definitely, you know, moving stuff when you was at Icon Radio. So we definitely need to get you on the show.
No doubt. Good individual too, by the way. He's a genuine individual. Yeah.
So far as like your discography, like who are some of the artists that you work with and who are the artists that you want to work with in the future?
See, that's my thing. I only have my credentials with TV and film. So like I got placements with the NBA, TNT, WeTV, fucking NHL, True TV. Love After Lockup. It goes on, and it's cool. You know, it kind of snowballs over time. Like you get placements here and there, but as time goes by, it just snowballs and you get more and more and more. Like like this year just started and it's looking nice. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
You know, but my main focus now is getting these plaques, bro.
Yeah.
I want to get these golds. I want these platinums.
Get a grant.
So, what I've been learning is it's about finding artists and building with them, not necessarily finding someone who's already famous, because everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time and effort to build something with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, so it would be new artists for sure. But if I could jump on a Drake track, you know, I'm cool with that too. Like get a beat for a Lil Baby, get a beat for, you know, whoever's fucking with my sound. But the ultimate would be a Gucci Man, because I love making trap beats.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah. Dope.
Or some Young Jeezy. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, some Jeezy.
Yeah. The real trap sound from back in the day.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah. Shit, Jeezy definitely may need a track, especially after that divorce. Yeah.
Oh man.
That the music.
Man, I wish I had the video clip when he was so in love. I would have played that right now. But I didn't even know we was gonna talk about Jeezy.
Yeah. That Jeezy album, there was a Thug 101.
Oh, Motivation, yeah.
Motivation with who do you have producing? Red DJ, was it DJ Red and
Shawty Red.
Shawty Red. Shawty Red.
I was listening to Jeezy's audiobook, and he was talking about how Shawty Red was like a huge like contribution to him as far as his beats go when he first started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Shawty Red has some classics.
R.I.P. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shawty Red passed away?
I think a long time ago, right?
Really?
No.
I might be mixing up my
Shawty Low?
yes.
Is that you thinking about?
I think, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Shawty Low, yeah, my shawty's mixed up.
Yeah.
But for real, a lot of people in hip hop right now are passing away, which is crazy. Like Irv Gotti, like rest in peace.
Yeah.
Like he was running radio and he produced some of those hits. So yeah,
Those are some big hits back in the day too.
I think
I was a little kid.
when you were saying about locking with one artist and making records with them, I think that's important because you also can discover a sound.
Right.
And you can create something that's different, that's not currently being used in the industry.
Right.
So I always advise producers, like, get you somebody that is very talented and keep producing with them. Like, get a catalog, you know what I mean?
Right.
And out of that, try to do something creative. Like, we gonna make a trap opera joint or something.
That sounds epic.
Yeah, you know, like something epic like that.
Yeah. That's what's up.
So is it time to play some beats?
Yeah, I'll play this beat right here. This is on the website that the music supervisors go to pick it.
Okay.
So this one's called Drill Instructor. So basically, before I get into this beat, I want to talk about how briefs work.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So basically, you know, whoever you decide to lock in with on your sync journey, they're gonna let you know what they need as far as music goes. And you make that. They might provide an example, or they might just say it's this genre. You know, so you as a composer, that's what you are at this point.
Yeah.
You go into FL Studio, Ableton, whatever it is, and you make something out of nothing, just based off of what they said.
Yeah.
So this is my shit as far as just making a drill beat goes. Is it turned up?
There we go.
Well,
That's them slides I'm talking about.
yeah. I can understand like the cinematic feeling of it too. for like a commercial or up next. You know what I mean?
Yeah. NBA, we loving this shit. Yeah. My number one.
This dope.
Number one. Soul motherfucker. People that fuck with me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, turn it up though. So this is important. When it comes to making music for TV and film, it's got to end with a stinger. This is what the end of this song sounds like. Go ahead, turn it up.
Oh. Yeah. Yep.
It's got to end like that. You can't have it fade out. You can't just end abruptly. Like, it's got to have that stinger at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like your stamp of approval. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Signature.
Not only that, but they moved the stinger around for different segments, and he just used that whenever.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes the stinger alone would just get the placements.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what is that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You'd be like, "Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun." You know, like that's kind of like a stinger too. You know, whoever made that shit was getting hella money.
Yeah. Yo, it's like a jingle.
Yeah,
like a sonically jingle.
yeah.
Incredible, man. What else you got?
I got another drill beat right here. This one's been eating with this one too. But the thing is too, when it comes to making this stuff, you want to kind of like just kind of keep pumping them out, you know?
All right.
So it's good to build a template. So you'll notice that this song literally has the same instruments, but it's being used differently because it's a different song.
Gotcha.
All right. So I just want to say that before we continue.
Ooh.
That's that opera. You feel me?
Yeah.
Earlier.
Ooh.
So this is something that you would send to your placement agency.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
They turn up the stinger. Yeah.
Yeah, I see how important it is that you use like the same format or the same sounds. That way you can send multiples.
Man, you can just keep banging them out. That's why I was asking you, how do you make 10 beats? Get a template, bro.
Yeah.
Get a template, bro. Use the same sounds, but use them differently.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great advice. Especially for sync placements.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that is just about mood and tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also, this might not be applicable to every situation, but they like real sounding instruments.
Yeah.
So if you send in this synth shit, it could work depending on the genre,
Right.
but they love the brass. They love the strings. They love the flutes. They love the pianos. You know, like they like the real instruments.
Yeah. And using any type of AI will get you blacklisted.
Bro, don't even try it.
Don't even do it.
Don't even click on it. Don't even sign up.
Don't even sign up. Yeah, I've heard.
Don't even do it.
I've heard some stories like, what? He's trying to use AI.
Yeah.
And they blacklisted him.
Yeah, because I mean that's the, you know, it's a shortcut, but it's an unethical shortcut almost.
Yeah.
You know, because remember us talking about focus and time and all that shit. You literally, you will never build up the appreciation for the music you made by just putting in a fucking prompt.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could, but it's just not the same, bro.
Yeah.
It's just not something you made. It's the AI made it.
Yeah.
True. What do you feel about AI, Jamaal? Because I know you dabble a little bit with it.
Yeah, I definitely sampled AI. Like I use it more as a tool as opposed to like, oh, here's the finished product. Here you go to whoever else. I actually take it and
Chop it.
chop it up, mix it up, and just spit out something new. Now, yeah, it may be illegal, but but it's definitely a way to, get ideas,
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about AI. It's not totally ethical, but I think there's ways to make it work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, because it comes down to if you could copyright it or not.
Yeah.
And I've seen like recent things, like new changes in AI law. It's like you can use the AI, but you can't just be putting in a prompt. You have to be able to change it. It has to be a different derivative of what was produced.
Yeah. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we only got a couple minutes left. Is there anybody you want to shout out?
Big shout out to God. Big
Yes,
shout out
sir.
to my family. Big shout out to everybody, man. I got love for everybody in the world. It's no hate. I know I make drill music, but we ain't talking about no goons and none of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's just what the client asked for, and I came through with it.
Yeah.
So just big shout outs to everybody on a grind, and anyone who loves to do music. Like, you can do this shit. You just gotta put your mind to it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
And one more question for a person that's trying to get into beats or trying to get into sync licensing.
Yeah.
What is the most important thing?
Oh man, you just have to have a positive mentality. You have to have a abundance mentality specifically.
Yeah.
If you have a scarcity mentality, you're not even going to invest in yourself. You'll think, what is it? A mentor of mine says, poor stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. So like, stop passing up them opportunities, bro.
Yeah.
It's all about that abundance mindset.
Yeah. I love that.
All right. So we're going to end it on that note, and we're going to go to break, and there will be messages at the break. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Right now, Valley of the Beats is exclusively inviting women to learn sampling, chop beats, and create their own sound. Spots are limited. Don't miss out. DM at Valley of the Beats for more info.
All right, we're back with Valley of the Beats, the podcast. Our last but not least guest hit me up and said, hey, I want to be interviewed. And I'm like, sure, come through. This producer is not just a producer. He does skits. He does graphic design. He does animation. And he's an artist. So let's make some noise for Mr.Ea Beatz.
What's up? What's up? Mr.Ea, Orange Guy himself. How everybody doing?
All right. How you doing?
Doing good, brother.
Good. So let's get into your origin story. How did you get started in music?
Well, I'm originally from New York, and I went out to college and I started doing music in college, and I started off on FL as well. And I'm an old school, so I started off on FL 3.0. Now they're on like 2024.
Yeah.
So I've been rocking with FL for a long time now. And I really got into the music by being inspired by like Heat Makers, Just Blaze, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Who else? Chad, Pharrell and them, because growing up in New York, that's what the sound. Everybody was a producer, and a producer was a hot thing, back when I was living in New York,
Okay. So that was like the 2000, early 2000 era?
Yeah, about early 2000s, I lived in New York, and then around 2005, I moved to Atlanta, and then I got influenced by the Atlanta sound and got to meet a lot of different Atlanta artists and just network. The networking in Atlanta is crazy because everybody's there, like everybody. So if you want to meet rappers, if you want to meet comedians, you want to meet celebrities, they're literally right there for you.
Okay. So out of all the producers that influenced your style, like who are your North Stars?
I say for sure Kanye West.
Yeah.
For sure, because Kanye West was not only a producer, he was also an artist.
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm into, because it's like, I like making beats, but I also like completing songs.
Yeah.
You know, and bringing the full idea to life. So that's kind of where I really like what he does. Versus like Just Blaze, he's not really a rapper. Heat Makers, they weren't really rappers either, even though they influenced a lot of Dipset
Yeah.
and you know, Cameron and Jim Jones and all of them. All of that music was just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I definitely want to get into what was talked about earlier, and that is your orange aesthetic. How did you actually come up with that?
well, really, orange, I've always been in the orange since a kid.
Yeah.
But like just as an adult, like, you know, since I moved out to Arizona, I've been out in Arizona.
Mm.
I've been since I moved to California, actually, I've been branding myself with the color orange, because it's like, it's trendy, it's catchy. And crazy thing, around the time I started branding myself with the color orange, other artists I seen started coming out, like Larry June around the same time. Even 24 Hours started with, I don't know if he's really in the orange, but he was wearing a lot of orange for a minute. And, you know, it just caught. And I was like, yeah, it's a cool color. It's a cool branding. I did used to like gold, but gold is too gaudy. So orange was like just A1, you know?
Yeah.
I feel that. And I feel like the orange definitely works out, because if you go to his page right now on Instagram, and what's your page?
Mr.Mr_East_official.
Yeah, if you go to his page is all orange.
I'm orange obsessed. Straight up.
It's just looking like a Bengals fan. So,
Orioles,
Yeah.
Bengals, Broncos,
yeah, all
all of them. Knicks, you know?
Yeah.
And that also comes to show like how important it is to market yourself, not just as an artist, but also as a producer as well. My question is how important it is for a producer to market themselves out here.
Oh, marketing is quintessential, because it's not like back in the day where, you know, everything was more so word of mouth, or, you know, the way things trended. Now it's like, you not only an artist, you have to be a content creator.
Yeah.
So you have to really put yourself out there to the internet. It's like, that's just the name of the game in these days. You have to like do content, and that's what pushes your music. That's what pushes your brand. That's what pushes everything to the masses.
Exactly. And that's why I created Valley of the Beats, because I feel like producers need the exposure more. You know, you can't just, I mean, you could, but if you really want to, you know, go somewhere with it, you got to, you know, market yourself. Like,
You need content every day. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
LaRussell's not a producer per se, right? But I think LaRussell is right now one of the best examples of, you know, putting your music and content and making them work together.
Right.
So that's like really like the best that right now, you know, nobody else is even doing it even close to that. Right.
I definitely agree with that. Shout out to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
My next question is, far as skits, like, how did you get into the skits? Like, what made you start doing skits?
Well, I started doing skits because you know, I just like doing funny stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and I also like doing informative. And I just saw the trend of content is the next big thing as far as, you know, what pays.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a monetized content creator. So I get a check from Facebook, I get a check from Instagram, I get a check from YouTube, I get a check from TikTok. So just doing videos and doing things that I normally want to do anyway, and I get money for it, that was like a no-brainer for me, really. But you have to be consistent. So that's the only thing. You can't just do it when you feel. You kind of got to do it every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how many posts and what type of posts should a producer or anybody should do?
At least one a day. If you're not really trying to do it, at least 3 times a week. But you really want to get to a point where you're posting about 3 to 4 times a day. That's like a top tier content creator when you're posting 3 to 4 times a day. Top tier. That's when you're getting maybe like $1,600 plus a day from content creation.
Shoot, I definitely need to do more posting then.
Yeah.
Shoot. And also, I know that you mentioned that you do graphic design and animation. Like, can you tell a little bit more about that?
Well, I do a lot of things because, as a producer and as a person in this world, people aren't that dependable.
Mm.
So I've come across a lot of experiences where people just weren't dependable. So I have to pick up the slack. So I learned how to animate. I learned how to do my own graphics because, you go to somebody to do a graphic, they want to charge you all this money, and then it's a month later and you still don't have your graphic, and it's an issue.
Yeah.
So I just pride myself on always being reliable, being dependable, and, just doing grade A1 work.
It's also like to say that there's 1,000 jobs in the entertainment industry and music industry. So diversifying your skill set, I think, is something that we all should do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we all have in our mind we're gonna be the next such and such big artist, but really you can make a big bag getting these other skill sets as well. You know what I mean? So I just want y'all to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could do so much stuff behind the scenes and probably make more than the artist.
Yeah, they'll write the check to the artist.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. In this day and age, it's just finding out what the client wants to pay for, really. Some clients, they want to pay for beats, so you make beats. That's how I started making beats. Some clients want to pay for graphics. Don't need beats because their cousin make beats.
Mhm.
So it just depends on what they want to pay for. And I try to facilitate that. That's really my number one thing.
Nice. Far as like working with people, like who are your dream collaborations? If you could work with anyone, who would it be?
Right now, I'm working to try and get a feature from Larry June.
Nice.
And eventually, I would like to do a song to put Larry June and OJ the Juice Man with myself on the same song and call it Orange Motherfucker.
That'd be dope.
But that's just in the works. But that's what I would like to do. As far as like artists, I would like to work with Kanye West one day. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Who else? Goodness, The Weeknd is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just pushing the bottom there again. Maybe we tap the chord. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. The Weeknd, what's his name? He was just on the song with The Weeknd. PTSD, no. Oh yeah. Man,
He was with the Weeknd on a track.
his album name was Lovesick. Called his album name Lovesick.
Is it Party Next Door?
Not in that same area. It'll come to me. Let me see. And I gotta look him up. But yeah, he's dope too. Yeah, I don't know. I'll find him later. But yeah, I like good music. I like people who just make good art and make good
Don
music.
Tolliver.
Don Tolliver.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Don Tolliver. He's lit.
Yeah.
Like, and he's a new artist. So I like Don Tolliver stuff.
I feel like he's new to us. You know what I mean? Because he's been doing music, but then he really like pretty much since Nipsey like popped off like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. But he's also like within these last maybe 5 years, 4 years, he's refined his sound. Because if you listen to his old stuff, it don't sound like the new stuff at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
He kept going and he kind of figured out what works. So I like stories like that where people, you may have started specializing in this area, but you kept going and you kept making music and you found a whole different thing that you're really good at.
yeah,
Yeah.
Don Tolliver dope. I would like to do music with him because he's very creative. Yeah, definitely.
So my next question is, and I actually struggle with this myself, like how do you find the balance between being a producer and being an influencer? Like,
Well, I mean, it all works to me synergistically. Like being a producer, I can make producer related content. I can, I enjoy, like, it really brings me joy to go and make beats and, make something hot. Like, it really
Yeah.
makes me happy. So it's that. And I also like, I like completing songs. So me as a producer, like some of the songs I've been releasing recently, I maybe have did those and were referencing those in 2013. But now I'm at the point that I want to complete my songs, so that's why I'm finishing all of my songs.
Yeah.
And they still good to this day, so it's like they timeless,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all about just finding, how could I put this? Just using older stuff and, working on it and give it to whoever and finding ways to work on your content and just messing it together. I don't know how else to describe it.
I mean, it's just figuring out as you go. There's really no right or wrong answer to it. It's just doing it. I gotta get up. Some days I might not do producer content. Some days I might do artist content, or another day I could do graphic content. But it's all related to who I am as an artist, and all of these things make me more relatable to people. Like people like me, and people like my music, and people like the things that I do, and they say, "Hey, this resonates with me too. I like doing that too." And that's really all content is.
Yeah, I agree. Like doing content for Valley of Beatz definitely got me in contact with a lot of artists and also a lot of producers as well. Like without doing the content, I don't think I would have been able to meet all these people. So
Absolutely. And I'm happy for a space like this because, I'm kind of new to Arizona. So just networking with people and getting to know people here in the Valley is really cool. Like,
so how long you been in Arizona?
I've been in Arizona since 2019, right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So then pandemic happened and I stayed locked in for like them 2 years or whatever. But in them 2 years, I was making music. I was refining my skills. I learned a lot. I learned how to sew. I learned how to, a lot of stuff,
So it was definitely, I consider the pandemic like a great reset because everybody either came out better or, I don't want to say anything negative, but but a lot of people chose to really work on themselves and came out of it, cool. So
yeah, I mean, it was really a blessing. Like before I moved to Arizona, I lived in California for a while, and that was a cool experience. But this Arizona is a little more laid back, and it's like it has all the visual stuff. I got a pool, so I could have had that really nowhere else. So this is cool out here.
Yeah.
One more question before we get into Beatz, but you being from New York, what do you see as far as like Arizona needs to do in order to be, to be like New York or to be like California as far as like representing?
I mean, I don't think Arizona can even be like any of these other places. Arizona really just needs to find their own thing and be cool with being Arizona and not try to be New York and not try to be California, just be Arizona. Because it's like the vibe is different here. There's more space here. There's more adventurous things to do. So it's like New York people can't even relate to that. Not even Californians can relate to it because everybody's in the hustle and bustle. So Arizona just need to be more appreciative of what Arizona is before all of the Californians move here.
I agree. And there's a lot more Californians moving here, especially after that LA fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. So that's all it is. It's like, it's just cool stuff. You could go ATV riding out here and gun range out here, and it's legal marijuana out here. Oh, can't beat it. Like, can't beat it.
So with that being said, you got a couple of tracks that you can play for us?
Yeah. I make a various types like of beats. So I'm gonna start off with like an Afro beat. This is a song that I did, but I produced the beat for it.
Nice.
So you could kind of hear my range.
Okay.
Mr.Ea, Orange Scott. Yeah. Where the youth go wrong? Where they gone wrong? It's like the same old song. Same old song. along? Can we all get along? Can we get along? What we all here for? We just trying to get more. Gotta get it all. They try to tell you wait, but you can't wait, no more. Said my ancestors got it. I can feel their spirit inside me. I know they always gon' run with me. Nothing to know when it stop. Some people that hate it still copy. They should just like and follow me. Sometimes that it's just the beginning. They be mad cause you winning in their secret competition.
Underneath the orange skies, I just wanna feel happiness in my life. I know I can find my sacred place under the orange skies.
Underneath the orange.
So that's that.
Really a vibe.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You said under the orange sky?
Yeah,
That was
called Orange Sky, yo. And then this is another song. I did this especially for Arizona because I wanted to do more like hip hop festivals because Arizona's a little more hip hop and trap music and all of that as far as like live music and performances. So I did this song with Ea from Atlanta.
And there's going to be flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises.
Party that I could think of is the type that I'm surrounded by real love. We might kiss and we argue, but we gon' have fun. So good when I'm surrounded by my day one. The best type of party that I could think of is the type where I'm surrounded by real love. We might kiss and we argue, but we gon' have fun. So good when I'm surrounded by my day one. Summertime kickback time. Make sure that you're spending it with your loved ones, cause you can never get back time. So pull out the red cups, pull out the spades, then pull out the Uno cards for the ones that can't play. Then put up the phones and put your troubles away, cause we in it today. All the kids laughing and smiling, all the grown folks is wildin'. Everybody feeling good vibes today, can't tell us we ain't on no island. Cause even the sunshine is beaming, kinda feel like we dreaming. Like everybody in the world wanna come party and ain't nobody out there scheming. Let's have a toast to doing the most and hitting each one of our goals. If you start a business, I'm investing in it, we poppin' 2024. We gon' laugh and dance a little more. We gon' up the bottle till it's gone. We gon' feast like a family, yeah, I'm talking about the greens and the neck bones. We gon' slam cards on the table, cause a big joker got no label. We gon' swear to God some more cheating, cause nobody wanna take a beating. We gon' thank God for the good times and the bad times before we leave. I would never choose a Hollywood type party over one of these.
I felt like I was hovering above my own body.
Party that I could think of is the type that
That's fire, bro.
Praise.
Y'all got a music video to that?
Not yet.
Man, tap in, man.
Yeah,
Tap
but
in.
I'm gonna
make
play
some visuals on
I
that.
got, feel me? I'm finishing songs, so I'll try to do songs, but I'm gonna play, this is the song I want to get Larry June on. This I just got the beat. I sampled him in the beat.
Oh, word.
Into this
Oh,
motherfucker.
Larry June. If you watching this,
Oh, yeah. 100%, man. Yeah. Larry June, if you don't get on that beat here,
Hey, I'm working.
well, that was signature Larry June.
yeah.
So it's like when I make beats, I'm not just, I can do drill, I can do R&B,
Yeah.
I can do trap, I can do boom bap. So it's like I'm a chameleon of sorts. Like I whatever the client needs or whatever I need at the moment, I can pretty much create. I play some guitar, but mainly I'm on the FL with my handy dandy. I got my
Nice.
got the orange piece right here,
Oh, it was orange.
I'm gonna play some trap because I got some trap too. This one is called what is it called? All right, we're just gonna play just a drill, like a drill and beat type of beat.
Okay.
There's another song, I haven't finished it, but I'm in the process of finishing.
I've been low-key sitting pretty mind of my business. I just say my piece, someone always getting offended. And if you ain't key, don't like me, none of my business. Cause my cuddle game so vicious. Pardon me, mister. You're all of my shit. I like to switch it up. Can you do this? Put me on a level up. Get up on my shit. No, I'm only one of one. Pardon me, mister. You're all of my shit. I like to switch it up. Can you do this? Put me on a level up. Get up on my shit. No, I'm only one of one. I saw the sun as I opened my windows. Bluebirds and the red ones as I'm rolling up and I'm puffing on my endo. I checked the time, risk game on too cold. Attitude was on too cold. It was messing up my mental as I stayed frozen.
That's Montana, I'm back. And I got the brand new slap. I got the set. I got this shit on my back. And I really live what I rap. Team racks. The rappers ain't having like that. Really need to stop with they cap. Part of my back. I had to cut off the fat. Had to do a couple niggas back. Hold up. Let me switch it up. Welcome to my new year. I feel like the new blessed. But don't act like I'm new here. Don't see me like a new jack. Been killing shit for a few years. You just might be new here, but they was no truth here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, play last beat and then I got
Before you get into the last beat, who was the artist singing?
the artist singing, her name is Tisha Holland. She's in Atlanta. She sings backup for Monica.
Word? Okay.
So you can kind of hear it, you know?
Yeah.
She's fire. Like, I still deal with a lot of artists in Atlanta since I moved from there.
Yeah.
I have I got songs with Scotty ATL.
Okay.
I got songs with Chavo Benzino son.
Yeah.
Who else? Mika Means, Kingpin Skinny Pimp from Memphis.
Okay.
So you know, I try to do my networking. Oh, but this beat right here is like what's his name? Big Plug X type style.
Okay.
I go in on them beats.
Yeah. Yeah, that bass is
Fire.
I'm using one last. All right, this song coming out on February 8th.
Okay.
So dropping right before Valentine's Day, and I have his name is Leo Bree, and
Ladies and gentlemen,
Got an East beat.
I'm racing to the place. I might put it down. She just sent me a text. Yes, I might put it down. I'm racing to the place. I might put it down. She just sent me a text. Yes, I might put it down. Ashley from the complex, watermelon. And it's Tiffany from the project, caramel. Maybe it's a man from my high school, text me. Maybe it's Jaden from my neighborhood. She be texting me like, what we on? Say we're making love cause girl we grown. Got that orange down, yeah, you put it on. D&D, please do not call. Bustin' a sweat like a hot sauna. Chopping it, no need to drama. Shorty that sip on this red money. Baby, let's eat out of Benny. Baby, I'm here, fly like a jet. About to lay down, we finna make a mess. Loving that adrenaline effect. I'm a teacher, shorty, put it to the test. Let me just take you shopping. Got a ball out, no option. Bubbly, all this talking.
Where you at? Maybe I like 15.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank
Yeah, fire. Yeah, man. You definitely got some talent, man.
Thank you.
Like, fire.
Bro just pulled up and killed it in like every genre of like, like we never had that before. Like
That's why me and bro gotta chop it up, cause I be on the sync placements too. Like I have a placement on The Shy. I have a placement on Forrest Whitaker's new show, Oceans of Empire. Yeah, Oceans of Empire, whatever. But I be on stuff like that. I just try to stay busy and whatever to, make it happen.
yeah.
Always down to work. And I just got my distribution through Orchard. So shout out to Sony Orchard. Thank you.
Nice. Congrats. And definitely you and Francisco, you work together, and producers, y'all need to connect with these two because they definitely got stuff going.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And before we head out, is there anybody that you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my wife. Because my wife, she's pink power, man. She been the driving force behind me, supporting me. Want to thank God and myself for actually showing up and waking up and doing what I need to do.
Word up. Like, that's the most important thing. You got to show up for yourself,
Facts. And where can people find you on social media?
Mr.Mr_East_official. I'll be on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then on Facebook it'll be East Beatz with a Z. And yeah, like, support, share, help me out. I get paid for your views. Thank you.
All right. On that note, that's the end of the Valley of the Beats. I want to thank Mr. East for coming out. I want to thank Francisco for coming out. I want to thank Fleek for stepping in for Miles. And see you next time. All right.